Okay, right, so I've got this one, and if I was going to put it on the journal, which I might do yet, because this is the one that you all seem to, not all of you, but most of you liked. So I will show you how it will go on, rather than it just go on like this, a bit skinny. I will put it onto my 5x7 card. So I tend to use them. I've got loads of them from card making days. So, and you can usually pick these up quite cheap. Now I'm going to use a bit of net over it. Okay, and it does look quite nice again. Like I've said before, if you emboss these, they can look quite nice. And even a bit of gesso as well can look nice. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to stick it on. A bit similar to the video that Try It Tuesday. Okay, and I said I was going to do some more. I've got another one here that's unfinished that needs to be made bigger. Okay, that's similar to the one I've done for Try It Tuesday. Let's have a look. Quite fancy. How did I have it there? I had it that way, didn't I? So it's going that way. Because I could see some of that, so I'm going to put that on. Okay. I don't mind being left with these little bits. This is only a net curtain, so. Right, I'll trim sort of just, you know, roughly. Yep, so it's going to go there. Might put some stuff behind it. We'll see what happens first. Right, okay. I'm going to have this. Definitely. Yep, so that's going to go down there. Yeah, I'm sort of getting ready to go now. So I thought, well, my bows are drying. So what I will do is just get the journal, or the cover, I should say, because the journal's not in there yet. And just check that. Okay, gone off a bit there. Yeah, that's gonna look quite nice. That's gonna go there, and then that other one on the top. Yeah, that's cool. So we're all right for size and everything. Okay, it's gonna go there. Did want that covered up if I can. That's why I brought it in a little bit, because I don't want to see that. That's straight there. Okay, might write itself. Okay, and now is the time to think whether you want anything on here, because I might put this over the top like that this time, and the bow is going to go here. Or do we do that? No, it's that way. I can do that after. Right, let's get that straight. Corners definitely on there as well, just to give it a bit of something. And I want something down here, so you can either scrooge up a bit in it. Got some here. And it's good that it's all like that, because that's how I want it. Okay. And once it's dry, you can trim off. Okay. Yeah. That's great, because we've got that there, so we don't need it that side. When that's dry, I'm going to run the sewing machine along there. Give it a haircut. I like giving things haircuts. Reminds me of my hairdressing days. I have been working a bit in the hairdressers, actually. I don't know what some of you will know, but I've had to go back in and just give my son a bit of training because the girls are too busy, and I wanted he's ready now to, you know, do clients, but because of COVID, it was start, stop, and all this sort of thing going on, and he's got no momentum going. So now he's, yeah, doing really well. Getting a few clients, so that's brilliant. Okay, right, so I'll do that first, just waiting for that to dry. So I'll just machine down there again. Not going to see it because I'm using a light one, but if you wanted to, you know, you could just go and machine down there again as well, you know. I think that I can machine that on there, actually. I'm going to do that, you know. Okay, and then I'll do everything, won't it? Right, so let's stick the middle down. Don't have to worry about the edges. Then when I stitch, I will stitch over that, and then I'll stitch some of this on. So that's going to go there. There we go. Okay. I think that's okay now. So I'm going to stitch around that. Right, okay, I'm going to use my glue gun for this because I actually want the roses just to come up a little bit. So I'm just going to shape them a bit. I've got one that was already there, okay, and I thought I'd put that one there. These are nice and dry now, and I dried them sort of flattish. If you know, squished them when they were wet and let them do their own thing. I like them like that. Done a few more actually. So I can put some hot glue in at the centre of that. Which one shall I have first? That one, I think, down. Right. Okay, now I need to put just a bit under there in a minute, but that's good. And I'm just going to pop a tiny bit just under there. It's not quite taken yet, so You can put foam pads in and then put the glue on, but it's just cheap to do it that way, really. It's good. And I'm going to leave those until I know where it's going. Yeah, like that. Put this over here. I'm going to turn this off because I haven't finished the other one yet. So I've got another one to do. Right, let's have a look at the cover now. I think I'm going to use this one actually. So, well, I was, wasn't it? That's the one you all said. So, yeah, and that's going to be nice on there. And yep, that'll be lovely on there. Yep, so that's number 1 done. And we shall do another one now. Okay, so here's the other one. Right, so that's what I previously done one day while I was sat here. Okay, I like this. Yeah, and I think that could have a little bit of gold shimmer on that. And I thought we'd offset this one. I placed this because I felt as though I needed to get it right, because I'm going to have to trim this. And this is going to have to be stuck down on there. So I sort of play around with the offset sort of thing. I like that. It's a little bit, you know, stiff at the moment, but I've just been embossed, which I will put some gilding wax on that. So that's there. I want that where the, you know, the grommet will be, or something like that. So that's down. So I might stitch that onto there. Okay. And stitch it all together. It's hard doing it without anything in the journal. I'm going to come down a bit more, I think. About there. Yeah, just going to go back there. Maybe a little bit higher. I just want that so that the grommet will be in the middle of those 2 petals there. If I put a grommet in, I might just put something round. That's that. And then I've got something like this that I feel that could go over there, which would look nice. So I would stitch that on or glue that on nicely. And then we can have some flowers and bows around here somewhere. Might just move it over a little bit. That's it. I think that would look okay too. Yeah. Okay, right, what we're going to do first. That first. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. Okay. Oops, I did move it. Let's just get that straight. That's good. We can stitch over that. There's no problem at all in a minute. I think that's about right there. Then I'm going to put the lace on here, because I will stitch over that, but I'll leave it so that it's long so we can cut it down. So this bit is quite hard because I've got the lace down there. What I'm going to do, just pop a bit of acetate there. Okay, because I am going to glue that on there. And I don't want to move this because that's in a good position. Let's have a look. Ooh. Let's have a look. I might move that over a little bit. Let's have a look. Not quite right at the bottom there. It's doing it with an odd piece. That's all. I thought I will use it up, you know. Let's try what that looks like. I think we're about right. If that was centered a bit more. About there. Okay. Right. Let's put my acetate under. Like so. There we go. So what I tend to centralize is this in the background, yeah? Right, so before I go any further, I am going to stitch along here, okay? Most probably stitch down there again, then I know that's going to be secured, okay? And I'm not going to stitch along here. That will be glued, okay? And I'll stitch here. And then once this is stitched on, and I'll most probably go along here because you're not going to see that stitch in there. Once that's done, I can cut it a little bit to shape here and cut the length of that if I need be. Yeah, I didn't put any gilding wax on, did I? Silly me. I only want a little bit on anyway, just a suggestion. I say that now. No. Okay, I didn't really see that's very little on there. Okay. Shush! You're very noisy. Yes, you are. Right, so I'm going to do a bit of the stitching and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so that's all stitched on now. All right, and you know, I'm not actually using this on this journal, so I don't want to stick it down. So I will go and show you what I would do if I was using it. Okay, because I'm using the other one. So this is what sort of I would do for this one, but because I'm not using it on this one, it might all change, yeah, depending on what I've got behind it to what I use here, really. But I've got bow. Because of the colour tone, I felt grungy didn't work, so I just made up a quick one here. Okay, but that would sort of go here, maybe similar to the first one I done, a very delicate rose where that flower is there would look nice, because that sort of brings the frame in. I just think it's, yeah, it's that way. And that can look quite nice. I hope you can see okay there. And I would most probably cut this end and then glue that down. I would do it where that crease is, which would be about there, yeah. And then I would trim this one off and make sure that was glued down as well. I do feel as though I would like something out of the top here, so I would use a nice, say, a bit of scrunched up net or something, you know, something like that. Just a little bit, like I would put that on, glue it on, and then I would trim it back a bit, so you only had a bit showing. You know, like that there, but trimmed, yeah. I think that is about it, really. Or in any, or even more. And here lends itself to, say, a plaque with journal on or something like that, which again I would put on before I glued it down, because most of them have got brads in, but it doesn't matter if you don't. But that's the sort of thing I would do. So we've now got another journal topper. Okay, I shall actually put all that in the bag with it. All right, so it's all there ready, it's all coordinated if I wanted to use it all like that, or it could be totally changed. But you see what I mean, what I would do for that cover there. And then when this, you know, was on here, and it was stuck on, I would then manipulate these bits so that they look nice and trim that off. Okay, right, so that's those 2 toppers done. So it just shows you how you can bring a small little topper into a bigger one that you can fit on a journal. And now all you've got to do is literally glue that down. Yeah, and like I said, you can put more things behind this before you glue it down. It just depends what it looks like. Okay, but I'll do something really thin, like the you know, the cheesecloth type thing. Yeah, because that can look nice without any more weight to it. But yeah, right, pleased with that. And there we go. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.